Hello everyone, today is Thursday, February 16th. I'm Sister Mary Elizabeth from the Seeds of the Word community, and I would like to welcome all of you on this day. First reading from the book of Genesis, chapter 9, verses 1 to 13. Let's get started with the reading of the Word of God. Noah left the ark with his wife and his sons' wives, and offered a burnt offering to the Lord. God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth. The fear and dread of you shall rest on every animal of the earth, and over every bird of the air, and everything that creeps on the ground, and on all fish of the sea. Into your hand they are delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. And just as I gave you the tree plants, I give you everything. Only you shall not eat fish with its life, and that is its blood. For your own lifeblood I will surely require a reckoning. From every animal I will require it, and from human beings each one for the blood of another. I will require a reckoning for human life. Whoever sheds the blood of a human, by a human shall that person's blood be shed. For in his own image God made humanity. And you be fruitful and multiply, abound on the earth and multiply it." Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him, "As for me, I am establishing my covenant with you and your descendants after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the domestic animals, and every animal of the earth with you, as many as came out of the ark. I establish my covenant with you, that never again shall a flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood, and never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth." God said, "This is the sign of the covenant that I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you. For all future generations I have set my bow in the clouds, and it shall be a sign in the covenant. It be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth." The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. After the flood, after the land was dried and Noah could walk on dry land again with his family, after offering sacrifices to the Lord, Noah received a new promise. The same promise that Adam received. Adam and Eve, God told Adam and Eve to be fruitful, to multiply, and to subdue all animals, to master over all of them. And God makes again a second promise, the same promise, but second time, after saying that he would never again destroy humanity, because humanity was created in the image of God. It is clear here, for his own image, God made humanity. God repented. God was sorry on creating men, destroyed men, but then he saw that his heart was with man. Man was his image, so he promised never doing it again. God promised never destroying humanity again. And he said, "Be fruitful and multiply, abound on the earth and multiply in it." Take care of creation. Take care of everything that is around you. I am with you. This is a promise that God is making. I am with you. And he gave us a sign of his presence, a sign of his covenant. He says, never again I will do it. And God hasn't done it in this many years. He is waiting for each one of us to return back to him. He knows our hearts. He knows that we are weak, but he will never destroy us again. He will never destroy earth again. And after many, many, many years, he sent his Son, our Lord, to save us and to look after us and to be our good shepherd. Let us trust in our Lord. Let us be fruitful, multiply, take care of his asking from each one of us, but knowing that he will never, never destroy earth again. The responsorial psalm is Psalm 102. The nations will fear the name of the Lord, and all the kings of the earth your glory. For the Lord will build up Zion. He will appear in his glory. He will regard the prayer of the destitute, and will not despise their prayer. Let this be recorded for a generation to come, so that a people yet unborn may praise the Lord. That he looked down from his holy height. From heaven the Lord looked at the earth, to hear the groans of the prisoners, to set free those who are doomed to die. The children of your servant shall live and is secure. Their offspring shall be established in your presence, so that the name of the Lord may be declared in Zion, and his praise in Jerusalem, when peoples gather together and kingdoms to worship the Lord. And the gospel is from St. Mark chapter 8, verses 27 to 33. Jesus went with his disciples to the villages of Caesarea Philippi, and on the way he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" And they answered him, "John the Baptist, and others Elijah, and still others one of the prophets." Jesus asked them, "But who do you say that I am?" Peter answered him, "You are the Messiah." And he sternly ordered them not to tell anyone about him. Then Jesus began to teach them that the Son of Man must undergo great suffering, and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again. And he said all this quite openly. And Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. By turning and looking at his disciples, Jesus rebuked Peter and said, "Get behind me, Satan, for you are setting your mind not on divine things, but on human things." The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Jesus heard that people were saying things about him. And he says, "Who do people say that I am?" He heard it and asked his disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" And the disciples, well, some say that you are John the Baptist, some Elijah, or one of the prophets. But then Jesus said, "Whom do you say that I am? You who are with me always. You who are with me day and night. Who do you say that I am?" And Peter, the leader of the disciples, says, "You are the Messiah. You are the Son of the living God." He said, "Do not say it." Why did Jesus say? He sternly ordered them not to tell anyone about it. It's because he wanted to be hidden? I don't think so. Jesus wants us to find that out by ourselves, not to hear about it and hear Peter of the apostles saying, "Oh, he's a Messiah, he's a Messiah." No, Jesus wanted people to get their own conclusions, to understand, to discover him as their Lord and Savior, as the Messiah, the anointed one of God. He said, "Do not tell anyone." And he began to teach that the Son of Man must undergo suffering. And Peter said, No, Jesus, that's not going to happen to you. What are you talking about?" And Jesus said, "Get behind me, Satan." He called Peter Satan. But remember, a few days ago, we heard in the first reading that the human people, their hearts, their thoughts are evil from youth. So Peter here was with an evil thought. What sort of an evil thought can Peter have? Peter had an evil thought when he said, "That's not going to happen to you." Peter was trying to save Jesus, but actually he wasn't saving him. He just didn't want his suffering. He did not want to go through suffering and death and disappointment. But that's not life. In life, we will have sufferings, death, and disappointment. But that doesn't mean that God is not there. That doesn't mean that our life is ending. It means that we are living a life that it is real, that not even the Son of God ran away from it. He took it. He lived it on his own flesh, saying, I will experience that on my own flesh so I can redeem humanity. I can redeem each son and daughter of God. Peter had lessons to learn. And he learned the lesson even at the foot of the cross when he denied Jesus. Peter learned his lesson, but he became the great apostle. The great, great apostle. We also learn our lesson on sufferings and difficulties, so we can become a great disciple of our Lord, a faithful one, the one who will not run away from difficulties. Jesus is here with us. He will help us. But we need to let these lessons come our way so we can learn how to be true disciples of the Messiah. Amen.